One of the most versatile football players in Troy history, Perry Griggs held the school's all-purpose yards record for over 30 years after finishing his storied career with 4,079 yards. A Kodak first-team All-American and NAIA second-team All-American in 1976, Griggs earned all Gulf South first-team honors in 1974 and 1976 and was named the league's Player of the Year in 1974. Griggs' sophomore season in 1974 was his best statistically as he totaled 1,585 all-purpose yards, with 163 coming on the ground, 611 through the air, 280 via punt returns, and 531 on kickoff returns. He was named the top player in Alabama by the Birmingham Post-Herald and was an honorable mention All-American by the Associated Press and the NAIA that season. Griggs is currently second in Troy history in all-purpose yards, seventh in receiving yards with 1,975, and fourth with 19 touchdown receptions. Griggs averaged 13.8 yards per punt return during his career, a mark that ranks second all-time in Troy history. Griggs was the fifth Troy player to be selected in the NFL draft when the New York Jets selected him with their fifth-round pick in 1977. He played for the Jets, Atlanta Falcons, and the Baltimore Colts in the NFL, and for 2 seasons with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers in the Canadian Football League.
I arrived at Troy by my high school coach. I had a couple of places that I signed to go, and at the time to go, both of the coaches was gone and they made a change, and I'm stuck at home, and Coach Washburn knew that I didn't go anywhere, so one Sunday night he'd come by and say, hey, I'm gonna get you a Greyhound bus ticket, and I want you to get on this bus with one of my high school mates, Vincent Boyd. And he said he signed with Troy, but he didn't come to Troy. He went to Fort Scott Junior College in Kansas. He was back home, so he decided to come on to Troy, and we both got on the Greyhound bus. Troy means a good life of being able to do things that you never thought you could ever do. A lot of the instructors would tell you about, oh, you had a good game, but you know, somewhere down the line, you got to be able to do things to take care of yourself and your family. And those are some of the most important things that I can remember, specifically coming from one of my instructors, Nick Costy's, taking kinesiology from him, and he told me, say, you know, you got to study 8 hours a day just about to pass my course. And I had to end up taking it twice to pass it. But stuff like that, when people were telling you that, you know, you got to work hard to be able to do this, because, yeah, I did know that football wasn't going to be everything, but it was just part of what I had to go through to get to where I am now. My position coach was Coach Booth. He was always yelling in my ear, say, you know, I think sometimes he was even changing plays, to call plays to get me out in the open and to show what I could do, because he had that kind of faith and confidence in me. The last year I had here Coach Bradshaw. He was a different kind of coach. He'll tell you, he'll tell you the truth about what you really need to do. And if you don't do it, you know, hey, it's going to be nobody's fault but yours. You got to be prepared. People who I played with, some of the best people I ever met in my life. We had fun, and I think that was one of the bigger brotherhood that you could ever find at that time, because, you know, here in Troy at that time on campus, not too much going on. You know, we were staying over in the alumni hall, and you know, a lot of old crazy things going on in there, and I met some of the best people I ever met in my life. I like to thank my mom. She was the only person in my family, and I had 8 other sisters and brothers. She was the only one to see me play in college. Today and every day, I go around and I feel so proud to have been a part of Troy University, and it was one of the greatest experiences in my life to be able to come here, to walk on, and to be able to compete with other people to see if I was up to the challenge. And it meant everything to me, even today.